Hey there, delivery folks. It's Kevin at Fair Shares, and I'm going to talk to you about your food this week. Well, just to start, we've got a goat chev. Chev means goat in French, so chèvre frais is fresh chev, fresh goat smoked cheese. It's from Champagne, from Prairie Fruits Farm. They're a pretty neat place. They do a lot of agritourism kind of stuff, so you can go see the farm, see their goats. There are no preservatives in this. It's frozen this week. Once you defrost it, you've got 2 to 3 weeks to use it, but there's, like I said, there's no preservatives, so don't forget about it. It's delicious, good in eggs, good, in life. Chicken andouille from Buttonwood Farms. He's got a lot of sausages that he's making now. This is Matt Tiefenbrunn, but we put the andouille in this week. He's also got a chorizo and an apple cinnamon that we keep in stock. Just a pretty standard brat. A zucchini from Rusty Lee. So some ideas for zucchini, because sometimes they get boring and you have to get creative with them. If you use a potato peeler and ribbon it, it's really good in pasta dishes as just like a quick cook, toss with your noodles, or I guess you could replace the noodles, but it's not really the same thing. You can always grate it and freeze it for zucchini bread in the winter. That's nice to have on hand when you're bored in February on a Saturday or whatever. Moving on, mushrooms. It's the shiitakes again. I talked about this a few weeks ago. Pretty standard. You don't want to eat the stems, but you can eat all the cap and save the stems. Throw them in the freezer. Good for soup, stock, that kind of thing. One thing with the mushrooms, they're not too hard to cook, but it's easy for them to get mushy. And that happens when they're too close together in the pan or in the oven, and they end up steaming instead of, sautéing or roasting. If they have space in your pan, they will get crispy and they will be extra delicious. They're good either way, but sometimes that crispy mushroom texture is nice. Okra this week. So this is a less popular, I would say. A lot of people have negative connotations because when you cut it, it gets syrupy. It's the weirdest thing, but when you cut okra, it gets sort of syrupy or slimy, which some people don't like that texture. One trick to avoid that is don't cut it. So I'll make a pickled okra, like a refrigerator pickle, where I just make a simple brine and throw the whole okra in whole and bring it to a simmer or boil, and then turn it off and let it sit, and then stick it in the fridge, and it stays crunchy, and it's really good, as a garnish or in Bloody Marys or just as a snack. It pairs really well to this andouille if you're thinking about making some sort of Cajun food. Okra is a pretty standard element of Cajun cooking. It's also really good in Indian cooking, so if you want to do some Indian spices and just do a quick saute, that's pretty tasty. Last thing today is these Chinese long beans. These are pretty cool. I think you've had them a few weeks ago, but they are a green bean that are skinny and long and delicious. You can parboil them and then saute them, and they get bright green and stay pretty crunchy. I would, if you're going to do that, I would chop them into bite-sized pieces. Parboil them for 4 minutes, 5 minutes till they're bright green, and then give them a quick saute. Really good with a little sesame oil or whatever. They take on garlic and whatever flavors you throw at it, so it's just a tasty little bean. That is it. I hope you have a good week and you enjoy your food. Bye.